Hello, friends. It's me, Miss Wendy. And we're here for the recorded session of Talking Friends. So for friends who weren't able to join me via Zoom, this is a special way for you to check in and learn along with us. Or if you did join me for Zoom and we had our session, this will be a great place to review what we talked about. Well, first of all, I would like to be able to share this book, My Friend is Deaf, because I think it's a great way to get us thinking about why sign language. Friends who sign. Cora is my friend. We draw, we color. Cora is deaf. She cannot hear. She tells us she is happy. How? She signs. Signs are hand shapes. Mia moves her hands too. She teaches me signs. Neat! Mark and I watch TV. Mark cannot hear. We turn on captions. He reads along. So friends, maybe you've noticed that on television or even with this video that you can put on captions and be able to see what I'm saying. It gets translated into typed up words so that you can see what the person is saying. Bee can hear a little. She wears hearing aids. They make sounds louder. She can hear me. Cool. You see the hearing aids? Rex reads lips. He knows what Tom says. Reading lips. A speech therapist helps Tia. She learns to speak clearly. She works hard. Nice. And you can see she's putting her hand on her throat. And that's so you can feel the vibrations when someone's speaking. So let's try the word or the phrase, happy birthday to you. Do you hear the separation of words? Happy birthday to you. Isn't that neat? So vibrations on your voice box, you can feel it. Grandpa can't hear well. I speak clearly. If you noticed, friends, sometimes Miss Wendy makes sure that she's taking a good pause and I'm separating out each of my syllables so you know I am talking to you. Might sound a little robotic, but for someone who's trying to read lips, it's very helpful. Do you have a friend who is deaf? Do you know how to sign? And here in the back of this book is also all the different hand shapes and positions for the alphabet so that you can sign out, like I did, my name, Wendy. And that's always helpful too. And this is a picture glossary that kind of shares all the things that we just shared in this book. Like, for example, the hearing aid. So this piece here goes inside the ear, and that cradles around the back of the ear. So friends, I'm so excited. There were some things that were touched on in this book, such as reading lips, which we already expressed. And you might be wondering how I became such an expert on signing. Well, certainly I don't know all the signs. And you know what? It's just like slang terms. So when you go out in the public and somebody says, I want a submarine sandwich, in some parts of New York State, somebody might say, a submarine sandwich or a sub, what's that? Do you mean a hoagie? So there can be different ways of saying different things in the English language. Same holds true with sign language. In fact, growing up, my mom was deaf. And so in our house, we had different signs so that we didn't have to spell out W-I-N-D-Y. We just said Wendy, because I was the oldest, and then my next sister and my next sister. So it just went by age. And honestly, my center sister, my middle sister, is actually taller than me, so who knew, right? Anyhow, I'm so excited to share with you in this way, a way to talk to people who might be hard of hearing or deaf. In some cases, some people are born deaf. In the case of my mother, her mother, when she was pregnant, had something called German measles. And so the baby never developed the sense of hearing. And so she came into the world and was not able to hear. So there's different reasons why somebody might become hard of hearing or deaf. But some things that we can keep in mind is don't panic. You don't need to know all the signs in the world. Have you ever played charades? When you play the game charades, it's all based on what? What's Miss Wendy showing you? Like maybe I'm sad or I'm mad about something, right? So showing my expression, body language, right? If my back is to you, I want nothing to do with you, right? So body language plays a lot with it. Facial expressions and hand positions when you're doing the signs are very important too. But as I said, when in doubt, don't freak out. Just write it down. You know what? That's a great way. If you find yourself in a grocery store or even here at the library and you want to be able to help someone out that might not be able to hear you, just take a piece of paper and a pen and write down what it is that they need. Or you can ask simple questions. Where, why, who, when, and what. So maybe somebody comes up and you say, what? And you can take your piece of paper and you can write down, or you can hand them the piece of paper and the pen. Such a great way to still connect with someone who might not be able to understand because maybe they can't hear well, maybe they don't have hearing aids in for the day, and all sorts of different reasons why, right? Or you know what else is kind of neat? Being able to communicate with someone when you're supposed to be really quiet. So maybe you want to communicate with someone in school. Wouldn't that be neat? Across a loud lunchroom and you're trying to get their attention? You can get their attention and sign to them like, hello, it's me, right? It would be a great way to use sign language as well. Well, friends, without further ado, I'm so excited to be able to share with you in the upcoming weeks. So you can find more of the Talking Hands segments right here on our Manlius Library YouTube page, and we will hope to record each session so that the following week you can pick it up and practice it right here on our YouTube page. Thank you so much for joining me. And oh, wait just a minute. Here's another sign, and you probably see me do this a lot. This is I love you. In our family, we always waved goodbye just like this and said, love you, goodbye. And remember, Miss Wendy loves you so much. Bye-bye.